The Sewolho ferry returns to the surface after a combined 1,072 days. Our Kim Jung-soo takes us back to the bitter first few days of the tragic accident for us.
It was supposed to be a simple 3-day school trip. The plan was to go to Jeju Island by ship, arriving Wednesday afternoon and coming back Friday by plane. The Sewolho ferry set sail the evening of April 15th with 476 passengers on board, 325 of them students from Danwon High School in Gyeonggi-do Province. But at around 9 a.m., disaster struck. The Sewolho capsized while making a difficult passage through a Manggol channel, notorious for its strong undercurrents. The Coast Guard was the first to respond, dispatching 1 helicopter and 20 patrol ships. Civilian help also proved vital. In less than 10 minutes, a total of 60 vessels were on their way. But recovery still proved difficult. The country's major news outlets started broadcasting news of the accident at 9:19 a.m. Back at Danwon High School, parents expressed their confusion at the news, while others expressed their rage at the school administrators who organized the trip. Soon after, the families of the ship's passengers started arriving at the fishing port of Paekmokgang on Jindo Island, Jeju Province, less than 25 kilometers from the site of the sinking. Most of them were parents of the Danwon High School students. But answers were not easy to find, and if they were found, many were hard to take.
오전에 다운아 무슨 일이야, 무슨 말이야, 이렇게 해가지고 1시간 후에 보냈거든요. 그래서 답이 없더라고요.
아직까지 확인 안 하고
예, 확인이 안 됐어요. 누구한테 와서 물어봐도 누가 대답해 주는 사람이 있는가요? 기다리고 있다 뉴스만 계속 듣고 왔는데 죽은 사람만 그렇게 많이 나오고.
The first ships from the Sewol ferry arrived at Paekmokgang, carrying the first batch of survivors. A combined 172 people were rescued. The survivors reluctantly shared their experiences of the sinking.
물이 차오른다고 해서 그 복도를 봤는데 거의 저희 방까지 계속 그러니까 엄청 빨리.
And on April 18th, slightly more than 48 hours after the initial capsizing, the Sewol ferry was completely submerged underwater. The Coast Guard continued to look for survivors, but to no effect. One by one, hopeful families waiting at Paekmokgang returned home. And on November 11th, 2014, the Korean government announced it will suspend all rescue efforts, while announcing that 9 passengers were still nowhere to be found. But almost 3 years later, on March 23rd, Paekmokgang is reigniting with a new sense of purpose. While it may not compare to the joy of actually seeing the survivors face to face, the ship's voyage has finally come full circle, and it seems certain that its tragic story will serve as a cautionary tale for Korea for many years to come. Kim Jung-soo, Arirang News.